Hey, this is Reverend Bill. Um, I got an interesting call today from Sister Megan. I thought it would be an interesting podcast. I think I mentioned Sister Megan has been into evangelizing, um, and she's very serious about it. All of us are here. Um, and she's she's a little confused about a few things. Um, and she called up and she basically, God bless her, has a bit of confusion um, in the respect that people are not as open to to evangelizing as she would think. Now you have to remember that she comes from Nigeria, and Nigeria is a very unique place in that it is I kind of think of it as that whole area actually is to me the a very unique place. To me, it's the epicenter of evil and goodness. That's pretty much where I consider the birthplace of Christianity. That whole area of the Middle East and Africa, and also it's a place of great evil as well. Um, so it's pretty serious there. They take their religion pretty serious, both good and bad. Uh, and when she comes out here and she talks, I guess it's religion out here is I want to say kind of like a cookie cutter. It's things here are so kind of fast. Uh, Things like religion are much more serious in Nigeria. So when she goes out and talks, people are kind of just like, yeah, shove it under the paperwork, we'll look at it later. Or sometimes people are just refuse the Bible when she offers it. I think people are kind of, prone for um, just another thing or one more thing or asking for money or and the thing is she actually goes out there just to give away Bible and just to to preach with a sincere heart, as all of us do. And I think people out there are just waiting for her to ask for money or something, and she's not. Uh, but it actually kind of led me to some more thought. I've done a lot of things in my life. I'm sure they'll come out as we discuss things. One of the things I did was I was a hypnotist at one point in time. I don't really practice that anymore for a number of reasons, but one of the things was important is when people are going through a trauma, um, you could actually, like a rape, for example, there was a thing called the reframe where you could take away the trauma, um, and they could think of the event and not have to go through so much pain and anguish. Uh, and you can actually do that. You can actually get an event that's causing somebody a great deal of distress, and there's actually methods of how you can actually reduce. You can separate the trauma from the memory, um, and you can do a lot of different things. Where this thing was, it's called reframing, and it was pretty much a brainchild of Richard Bandler, who was kind of the father of NLP. I kind of studied a lot of him. He's a very smart guy. Um, I studied a lot of actually under him. Anyway, getting off Bandler and NLP, the thing is you can actually disassociate thoughts and feelings from memories or items. And that's what I think the devil has actually done to a lot of us is that he has given us false feelings and thoughts about ideas. And he's done a great job of reframing and given us false feelings and ideas. And I think that's what is Sister Megan's problem is that, and I'll give a great example. If you don't think that people can give feelings and thoughts about things, think about go around telling people that you've got a new side gig as you're an insurance salesman now, and watch how people run from you. Um, or for you girls out there, go and tell your boyfriends that you're dying to tell him all about your new shoes and watch him go running. No, I mean, but people have reactions to things, and for some reason the devil has actually. I know the reason is very clear. He's trying to make us think that this is our final destination. That's pretty much it. This whole thing about religion, it's a very simple thing, and I've been trying to tell Megan this, and she understands it, but she doesn't understand the other the other point of view. See, if you understand the point of view that Megan and I see, it's quite clear that you would go to heaven. I mean, it's from our vantage standpoint, it's a no brainer. The problem is the devil has reframed everything, so you can't see the thing. It just comes down to a point of view. I mean, that's all it is. Um, for example, um, you know. Um, as I've told you, I have talked to God, and I'm not a freak. You'll find that a lot of people that have actually been in my situation and actually do know the truth and talk to God daily have actually talked to God. It's not that wild or crazy thing as it sounds. Megan has talked to God. I know a lot of people that have talked to God. It's not the people that have not talked to God have not tried to talk to God. So it's not that as crazy as it sounds. All you need to do is try and believe, and you just got to give God a little something. Like any parent, you just got to show the parent a little something, and He will answer you. Um, uh, so there's that. Um, Another thing is that God put us on this world um, as a test, and that's been pretty much from the get go. He's pretty much came here, he died, he told us the whole. Uh, he told us the whole story from beginning to end. He's been very clear about that. At no point did he ever say this was his world. This was his his paradise, his home, uh, his heaven. He never ever said that. I don't know why people assume this is there, and it doesn't matter how much money. Look, let me give you an idea about how crazy this whole thing is, and how empty this world is. Okay, now I think it's pretty clear, and that Kim Kardashian's a witch. Okay, I think that's pretty evident, especially after this Christmas with that video. And I could tell you talk all day long about that video, why that pretty much outs her as a witch. But I was on the phone, I'm on the phone, on the fence until that video came out at Christmas time, and that screams witchcraft. But I won't, let's just, for the sake of this argument, I'm going to say that video outed her as a witch. Now, for the most part, I would think anybody would say that she's got the perfect life on this world. Okay. And then, for the sake of argument, which I can argue all these things, but I'm just going to say this for the sake of this argument, that she's been the best looking woman in the last, I don't know, 20 years. And I certainly could argue that, but I'm just, for the sake of argument, I'm going to say this. And I'm going to say that she's the richest woman in the last 20 years, but she's certainly not. But I'm just going to throw that out there just for the sake. Okay. Now, um, There's two women I could use for this that I'm thinking about right now, and they're both very, very similar. There's a newswoman in Atlanta area that I would say is absolutely much better looking than Kim Kardashian ever was. But let's use another woman. You could use either one. I'm going to use Candace Owens, who I think could give Kim Kardashian a run for her money, but I would actually say Kim Kardashian overall has been better looking over the course of the last 20 years than Candace Owens. But I mean, Candace Owens is nothing to sneeze at. This other woman I'm thinking about is an Atlanta newswoman who I think has always been better looking than Kim Kardashian. My point I'm trying to get to is Kim Kardashian, for the most people, would have said is the best looking woman in the last 20 years, and probably the richest woman or thereabouts. Now, certainly better looking than the two women I'm thinking. I'm no richer than the two women I'm thinking about. Although neither woman that I'm thinking about is poor. I have no idea how much Candace Owens is making. I would imagine she's probably, I don't know, she's probably making around 200. I have no idea. I mean, I'm just throwing these numbers out there. I have no idea. And this other woman, I'm not going to say her name because I don't, but beautiful, beautiful woman. I'm sure she's making a decent amount of money. She's not a superstar, but she's a newswoman, beautiful woman in Atlanta. I'm sure she's probably married to an athlete or another newsman or something. Um, she's probably in her late 20s. I'm sure she's going to have quite a life in Atlanta. I mean, so yeah. I mean, the point I'm trying to get to is if Kim Kardashian sold her soul to Satan to get her a great life, let's say she's got an A+ life here. These two women are Christians. They're raising women. They're not giving up their Christian duties. They're very beautiful, and I think that they're going to heaven. Um, so you can actually be beautiful women. You can actually not give up the beautiful for the additional life that Kim Kardashian's had on this world, compared to the wonderful lives that these women are having. To go to hell, I think it's ridiculous. I mean, it really is. Um, and another thing too. Let's keep it how simple this whole fight is. This whole thing is because the devil hates you. The devil hates you because Jesus loves you. So the devil does not want to give you things because he wants to make you happy. He wants to keep you from Jesus. So it's that simple. He's not giving you things because he loves you. He wants to give you things because you will sin. And if you sin, then you will not go to heaven, and Jesus gets sad. It is really that simple. It's a very, very simple thing here. The devil is not your friend. He hates you. He hates babies. That's why he likes abortions. Okay? He doesn't want any more people. He wants you to sin with sex because that is a sin, but he does not want you to have babies. That is why he likes homosexuality. That is why he likes pedophilia, because he knows these acts of homosexuality and pedophilia do not result in babies. It's really a very simple formula. He wants people to sin. He wants people to sin here in his domain so they do not go to heaven. And I mean, it's that clear. And he wants people to believe this is their final destination. There is no reward in the hereafter, and that's it. And as long as you have this pessimism that you want in this life to be as miserable as you possibly can, um, and as far as you women that are miserable, you're miserable because the devil thinks you need to have a lot of sex, and if you have sex with 100 men, you'll be happy. I got to tell you something. When I was younger, um, I was no shy guy. I mean, I liked women. I liked women a lot. I was one of your less shy guys, um, but I would never be with a woman that had 100 men, let alone and 1,000 men. Who are these women trying to attract? Ron Jeremy? I mean, seriously. I don't know any man who ever would say, "Oh, sorry, can we pick this up later on? There's a woman over there who's had 300 men. I gotta get me some of that." I really don't know who's telling these women, that men are attracted to women who can't walk properly because they've had so many men. I, I don't know. Um, anyway, so that's my answer to Sister Megan. Is Sister? It's all a lie, and the devil's got everyone lying to themselves and to each other. And the truth matters. It's very simple. People do need to realize that they do need your help. They do not know they need your help. They think you're just an insurance salesman, ready to ask for a check, but you're not, honey. Hang in there, and let people know. And anyway, if you liked this, please like, share, and subscribe. Um, I would like it if you do, actually. And if you have any ideas, leave a comment, send me an email. If you have any thoughts or ideas, yeah, share them. Thanks. I'll talk to you later. This is Reverend Bill signing off.